4 fastest and cheapest Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, EasyMut.com. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's up, it's on Fire here, back in another video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to run a money play here at the gun bunch formation. We're going to be running the play bunch trail. It's a very popular play out of the formation. Right now I'm in the Atlanta Falcons offensive playbook. I will leave a link pinned in the comment section to every offensive playbook that has this play. Make sure to go check that out after the video. You can find out maybe if this play is in an offense that you like to run, you can switch to that. Now, right off the bat, what I want to do is put my fastest receivers on the outside. Thankfully, using the Cardinals here, we got two 95 speed receivers, so it's going to make life way easier on us. So I recommend getting two burners. And then this guy in the slot doesn't really matter. I would just say just put a good route runner. We got Fitz there. He's perfectly fine. Now, like I said, running bunch trail, I have two different one-play touchdown setups, and then I have a couple of other setups that aren't going to be one-play touchdowns. Just going to open up the middle of the field. You don't want to run the one-play touchdowns every play, especially just out of bunch trail now. These one-play TDs are going to kill cover 3, and for the first setup, I actually don't really want to be on the wide side. I kind of want to be more on the short side of the field, sort of. Now, you want to be completely on the short side, so I'm just going to respot sort of the middle. I actually kind of prefer like right about here. But if you are on the short side, it works better than being on the wide side, just because the post, if you're on the wide side, the post won't actually travel to the fully across the field, thus for making it pretty unusable. So right off the bat, what I'm going to do is go ahead, smart out X. It's going to make him just like a couple yards shorter, but that, trust me, it does make a difference. Again, you're going to go ahead, max protect here, and then what I like to do is for this particular setup, we're trying to open up this deep post, so I'm not going to put B on a streak, otherwise they're going to run into each other. I usually just leave Demir Bird on that drag. You could put him on like a hitch, maybe a zig route, try to create a high-low on that right side. I usually just put him on the drag. A lot of times the drag is also bait down the users. You could put him on a motion slant, something like that as well. And I'm also going to go ahead, put my tight end on this delay fade, just in case the play breaks down. Then I have the option to go ahead, check that down to him, or let's say his user goes and defends that. We could have Charles Clay wide open. Now, one last thing I'm going to do out of this these pass protection settings is what I'm going to do is just slide to the right and double team this D end. That's just simply so he doesn't get an outside shed. We're able to scramble out to the right a lot easier, and it's just going to make life way easier on ourselves. You could also go ahead, smart out RB. It won't make too big of a difference. I usually just do it anyway though. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and snap the ball, roll out all the way to the right side, set our feet, and then just pass lead all the way to this right side. Now, if you have dashing Deadeye, you could go ahead, throw that on the run, but with Kyler Murray, I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to set my feet. Of course, if you're under pressure, you don't want to take a sack, you could just throw that on the run anyways. But again, the setup, it's going to be smart out X, A on a delay fade, and then just smart out B as well. You could go ahead, slide to the right, double team this outside defensive end or linebacker, whoever is there, and then just go ahead and snap our ball here, roll out to the right, and go ahead, set our feet, pass lead all the way to the right side, and you guys see Isabella running right past the defender. Easy one-play touchdown. Now, this play definitely is easier to throw from the outside hashes, so especially if you're a passer, I do recommend getting an escape artist quarterback. You guys see they finally gave Kyler Murray escape artist, just trying out the Cardinals. They did have a new X Factor update, so that's just why I'm using him, but it's way easier to throw these one-play touchdowns all the way from maybe the numbers, like where you see that 30-yard line, rather than just sitting in the pocket. It makes it a way more difficult throw, and you're also going to get a quicker release animation usually and all that jazz. So again, I'll show this one last time. Go ahead, smart out X, smart out RB, put A on a delay fade, and then just go ahead, slide to the right, double team that outside guy. You can snap the ball here, roll out. Once you roll out, you could just press A to release that delay fade anyway, because the animation does take a while, but you guys see we're easily able to get outside. I just messed around with that, but that was an easy walk-in touchdown. Now, that's going to go ahead, take us to our next setup. Now, the next setup for this, it's going to be another one-play touchdown, and again, it's going to beat cover 3. Now, the good thing about this is that you don't need any slot apprentices, although if you're running gun bunch, I do recommend putting a slot apprentice right here. With the Cardinals, though, I can't use that, so this corner route definitely does work perfectly fine, though. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is basically run just the same exact setup. I'm just going to put B on a streak here, though, And then I'm also still going to smart out X and still going to put A on a delay fade. Now, this post route actually can come in handy just to pull over that safety. Keep him on the left side a little bit so he doesn't just completely bait the streak, which is ultimately where we're trying to throw to here. Now, the only worry is that he defends something with his user. If he defends the streak with his user, you could always just hit Fitzgerald. Make sure that you are smart outing Fitzgerald just to make him a little bit more deeper down the field. And then we're doing those same block adjustments again. Go ahead, snap the ball here, roll out to the right. You guys see, boom, look how much space we have. We have so much additional space just because that deep post all the way down the field. You guys might think it's pointless, but it definitely does come in handy just because it's keeping that safety over on the left rather than him just completely moving over to that right side of the field, potentially making a play when you click on him. So again, max protecting, A on a delay fade, smart out X, smart out RB, just put B on a streak. Double team this DN, slide to the right, and then snap it. It's a lot of times you can just go ahead and quick snap people with this as well. Roll it to the right. Boom. Look how open that is. I accidentally just got a glitch. I messed up on my swerve catch there. My bad, but I'll just set it up real quick. Snap the ball here. Roll out to the right. And the good thing about bunch trail, as Kyler Murray misses the pass there, is that typically when you try to run this one-play touchdown, the same exact thing with maybe a slot apprentice corner out, sometimes these two players will bump, and what that does basically just the outside third usually will cover that one-play touchdown, but your corner out will be open. But a lot of times the user is defending the corner out, which is pretty bad. You can always throw like a backside in route, but that's for another video. But the good thing about this bunch trail plays is you guys will see Damiere Byrd and Fitz are never going to collide. They're just going to run their routes. A lot of times routes will bump down the field. Super annoying. Probably one of the most annoying things as a passer. But with this one-play touchdown, you don't have to worry about that. One last time though, the setup is just smart out X, smart out RB, be on a streak, and on a delay fade. Slide to the right, double team that D end. And then just go ahead, wait for him to get that double team. Roll out with Kyler Murray. You could just go ahead, throw this on the run. Kyler Murray only has 89 throw power, so we're going to have to sort of slow down a little bit, but you guys see the separation. Especially if you get a fast receiver in Mutt, high throw power, this is going to be an absolutely deadly play to add to your arsenal. Now, that's going to take us to our next setup. It's going to be out of the same exact play, and what we're going to go ahead and do here is basically just show you guys a couple of setups that you can run this bunch trail with that aren't necessarily attacking deep down the field. I'll just go for like a random zone coverage so that we're switching out of cover 3. Now, right off the bat, we have this angle route that I kind of want to focus on. We also have this drag route. Now, usually what I'll do is just I'm just going to smart out X right off the bat. I always do that for that deep post, and I'm always going to double team the side that I'm rolling to. I'm usually going to roll right here. This is sort of a play where I kind of like to stand tall in the pocket, but if I do want to scramble out, I want to scramble out to my strong side anyway and potentially hit that corner out with Fitz. I might also smart out RB here. Now, here we're getting like a cover 3 cloud, and basically all you're going to have to do for this setup is just motion Damiere Byrd over to this left side. You're going to have to put him on a drag route because I don't know if you noticed, but he actually didn't switch. He's sort of on like this weird drag hook where he's going to sort of run his drag route and then he's just going to stop. So you have to put him on a drag, and I actually usually like to motion snap him, so I'm just going to motion him over, but you'll just put him on a drag, and then you'll go ahead, motion him over to the left, and then just snap it right about here. What we're doing here is creating a high-low read between our angle route and our drag route. More times than not, the user is going to defend the angle route, and that creates a high-low situation again with Damiere Byrd and Fitzgerald on the outside. Usually, then the drag just opens up a lot down the field, and you can pick up a ton of yards. Now, again, just that setup is just going to be smart out X, be on a drag, just motion B all the way over to this left side of the field. Snap the ball. I usually like to run the setup on the wide side, which is why you see me there. And here we get like some sort of weird match coverage, and Damiere Byrd's just going to be wide open on the drag. Not sure what that coverage even was, but if they try to run man coverage, you will obviously have the angle route open. And if they are killing you with man coverage, what you can do is just put B on a slant and still run the exact same setup. Go ahead and just motion snap him. You have 2 man beaters with A and B is going to get open down the sidelines. You guys saw the slant definitely isn't as good for the corner route, so if you're going to do that, I would recommend just putting RB on like a curl route, something like this. You could also put him on maybe a flat route, but you never want two routes just running in the same direction. Something like this can be a very successful and very underrated route combo. You guys see all the way down the field, we're still able to hit this angle route. So even though Charles Clay isn't that fast, we're still able to hit him all the way down the field. And if you really want to open up this corner route, you can just do something like this. Just B on it, or A on a delay fade, X on an in route, smart out that in route, and then just put B on the streak. This will kill cover 3, but it's also just going to open up this corner route. Let's say he covers it like this. You could just go ahead, low ball that in route. A lot of times the user's defending the corner, they'll ignore that in route, and that's just another baby dot. This corner routes, keep in mind, it's not going to kill man coverage. I know we're using Fitzgerald, so he wouldn't burn anybody, but if you have a slot apprentice, I highly recommend just using that corner route. That'll just make this play way more deadly. But yeah, it's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more Fire Madden 20 content in the future. Make sure you guys drop a follow on Twitter. My link will be in the description. Go check that out. Go toss me a follow. I'm always tweeting stuff about Madden, keeping you guys in the loop with my channel as well. And like I said, if you want to find out what playbooks, link will be pinned in the comment section. Peace. I'm out of here.